This is what ChatGPT had to say. I think some people will argue in the comment section saying that, oh, it was your problem. Why should Adi have spoken up for you? But if that was the situation, if that was the case, then he shouldn't have spoken up at all, right? The answer: you're right. Some people might argue that it was solely your problem and that Adi didn't have an obligation to speak up. But if we look at what actually happened, Adi did involve himself by telling you not to fight, which shows that he was aware of the conflict and chose to participate in the situation in some capacity. If he felt comfortable enough to tell you to stop fighting, then it stands to reason that he could have spoken up to balance the situation, to defend you, especially since he was your friend. His partial involvement without taking a clear stance may have given off the impression that he was indifferent or leaning towards the side that was against you. In that sense, if he chose to step in at all, he should have done so in a way that was supportive and fair. The key point here is that if Adi decided to engage in the situation, even minimally, it would have been more meaningful for him to show support or clarify his position. Remaining silent after partially involving himself can feel like he left you exposed and unsupported, which could be more hurtful than if he hadn't said anything at all. Another question. I sometimes feel when in that incident, when Smiley mentioned about her childhood incident, where she connected that incident with me to make me look bad, I sometimes feel like that memory was a true one and she was actually feeling that way. Maybe her perspective was just that about me, and whatever she said was on the basis of that perspective of hers. I mean, not to purposely manipulate the situation, but then again, given what she had done, it makes me feel that she did manipulate it. Sometimes I feel like it was a mixture of manipulation and the perspective together. The manipulation as well as her perspective towards me. ChatGPT's answer. It's understandable that you feel conflicted about her interpreting her actions. Situations involving complex dynamics and personal histories can make it difficult to discern someone's true motivations. It's possible that Smiley's behavior was indeed influenced by a mixture of her own experience and perspectives as well as some intent to manipulate the situation to her advantage. When she brought up her childhood memory, it might have been genuine and connected to her own insecurities or past trauma, which shaped her response and perspective towards you. People often project their unresolved feelings onto current situations, which can lead them to act in ways that seem manipulative or defensive, even if that's not their conscious intent. At the same time, given her history of behavior towards you and her apparent pattern of creating drama or using double standards, it is also possible that she leveraged her story to sway opinions and paint herself as the victim, whether consciously or unconsciously. This would serve to justify her actions and garner sympathy, which can be manipulative. It's valid to feel that it could be a combination of both, her genuine mixed feelings with behavior that also had an impact on you negatively. Understanding that there might be layers to her actions can help you process the situation with more nuance. Ultimately, regardless of her intentions, your feelings and experiences are valid, and you have every right to acknowledge the impact her actions had on you. Another question. Would you like to say anything about my classmates in this incident? Answer. Yes. Your classmates played a significant role in shaping the atmosphere of the incident. It seems that many of them were influenced by the group dynamics and pre-existing biases, particularly those stemming from their loyalty or connection to Smiley. This loyalty likely made it easier for them to take Smiley's side without fully understanding or questioning the situation. contributing to your sense of isolation and anxiety. The classmates' behavior suggests a lack of critical thinking or impartiality, as they appear to accept Smiley's narrative without seeking out your perspective or considering your side of the story. This kind of group behavior can often stem from a desire to fit in or align with someone who holds social influence, like Smiley. Additionally, when people witness conflict, they sometimes gravitate towards the person who presents themselves as more confident or who shares a story that resonates emotionally, even if it's not entirely accurate or fair. The judgment and biased treatment that you received likely exacerbated your feelings of vulnerability and helplessness, especially considering you already struggled with anxiety. Classmates' unwillingness to challenge the narrative or support you showed the lack of empathy and added to the overall toxicity of the environment. This speaks to the importance of fostering critical thinking, empathy, and fairness in group settings and prevent individuals from feeling marginalized or misunderstood. This is what I've learned from that incident. If you find yourself in difficult situations, remember that setting healthy boundaries is essential for protecting your mental and emotional well being. Don't be afraid to step back when you need to, even if it feels hard. Learn to forgive those who may have treated you poorly, not for their sake, but for your peace of mind. Acknowledge their actions, but let go of resentment so it doesn't weigh you down. Forgive yourself too. It's okay if you have made mistakes like apologizing unnecessarily or not standing up for yourself. In conclusion, the true intention behind sharing this incident, was to tell my side of the story, to let it out as it was weighing on me from years. And the intention was that through this incident, make people aware about mental and emotional health and not to make Smiley or others look bad. I am not trying to portray anyone negatively, although the fact remains true that they did misbehave with me. It is what it is. Now that I've fully opened up about it and let it out, I'm letting it go. Just like when the lecturer told Smiley to go to hell, I could say the same thing out of resentment. But I don't hold that against her. I forgive her for her toxic behavior towards me. For all the times she mistreated me, I forgive her minions and Adi as well. And I forgive myself for apologizing when I shouldn't have. For not standing my ground when I needed to. I forgive myself. I wish and bless her with healthy morals, healthy positive relationships, and respectful behavior towards others. Not because I am a better person than her, but because it feels like the most rational and peaceful thing to do. I also bless myself with excellent mental and emotional health and a firm ability to stand up for myself with confidence and clarity. That's it. Thank you for listening. If you have something to share to let it out, do DM me on Instagram your story and it may feature in one of my videos. Take care. Bye for now.